Welcome to The Midpoint, conversations with the extraordinary people building the American innovation economy from the inside out. I'm Patrick McKenna, founder of One America Works. Welcome to The Midpoint. I'm Patrick McKenna, founder of One America Works and partner at Comeback Capital. Today, I'm joined by Kyle Maggard, CEO and founder of Over Easy. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate you having me.
And welcome to the program live in person.
Yes, very excited to be here.
Here in Cleveland, your hometown.
Very proud Cleveland.
You grew up in Cleveland?
I did. I grew up on the east side. I moved away after high school, went to college, spent some time in the military. Now very happy to be back.
So I want to start off with, first of all, full disclosure. I am an investor in Kyle's company, Over Easy, very proud investor, recent investor. And the thing that caught my attention right off the bat was that you were disrupting breakfast.
Yes.
So here's this entrepreneur in Cleveland who has the audacity, says he's taking down Kellogg's. Tell us about that.
That's right. I believe America has a real health crisis. And one of the biggest offenders is we have a broken food system. And breakfast in particular has been stuck in the 80s. Breakfast is controlled. It's really, if you think about it, it's the only meal of the day that's controlled by companies. Post, General Mills, Quaker, and Kellogg's have owned breakfast for 100 years. So there's a reason when you think of breakfast food, you think of Pop-Tarts and toaster strudels and muffins and donuts and Lucky Charms and Frosted Flakes. Not as exactly a healthy start. I think if America is going to be healthier, if we're going to help people have a fighting chance towards being healthy, it starts by giving them a healthy start every morning. Healthy, nutritious breakfast food, just not being supplied by the breakfast category now. They're not going to change. They're these large multinational conglomerates. It's very difficult for them to change. And so what needs to happen is new innovation to take on the big dinosaurs.
But that sounds great, but it sounds so obvious because we all eat breakfast. And when you hear that corporations own breakfast, it's kind of, you're right, shocking. Yes. But we've also seen a lot of innovation in food. We've seen RX bars, we've seen all these bar things, but nobody has come into the breakfast category the way you have. Like, what did you see that made you drop out of Harvard Business School, move from Boston to Cleveland, because this is the thing that you had to solve?
I felt the problem as a consumer myself.
Okay.
I grew up an athlete. Like I said, I was in the military. Like, nutrition has always been important to me because staying healthy has been my job. I've had a difficult time finding something that's quick, convenient, that I can eat on the go, that is going to fuel me up and that it's going to be nutritious. So if I'm somebody going out of my way to try to find something that's healthy and I can't do it, how is your average consumer who has so much on their plate, who may not be so nutritiously focused, how are they going to start their day? And what I found is that the breakfast has really been desegmented in the sense that it's become like a snacking occasion. It is different than the pancakes and waffles that we may have grown up with, right? It is a quick bite on the go. And I found that a lot of companies don't even know where to start on how do you cater to the breakfast consumer.
So Pop-Tarts,
yes,
for example.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that look like breakfast but are actually desserts.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And so even at conferences, you're going to crack up when I say this. So and I hadn't had breakfast because I had to speak first away this morning. And then I'd had coffee and I'm like, oh, I need something or I'm not going to feel well. I went out into the lobby and I said, is there food, not just coffee? They pointed me over and there are, 3 different muffins. The blueberry, chocolate chip, and lemon poppy seed or something.
Sure.
And I'm looking and I'm like, which of these 3 has less sugar? The answer is none. They're all. And then right next door was Over Easy.
Yeah.
There's a whole plate of them. And I thought, this is exactly why I love this company, is that this category was needed just here at this conference.
Yes.
And so can you talk about what failed with, say, RX and other companies that have tried to bring kind of more performance-oriented stuff into the breakfast category? Another full disclosure, before I invested, I got a pack on Amazon, had them home. I set the box on the table and my wife got to open it. She's reading the ingredients. She's like, 8 ingredients, no added sugar. Okay, passing the wife test, right? She's like, okay. She's a very healthy eater. That's why we're all healthy. And then we have an 11-year-old daughter, hands it to her, and she looks very skeptical, opens it up, takes a bite, and she goes, yeah, that's pretty good. Right. That's pretty good. And it was done.
Yes.
So you've done more than just put a healthy food product on the kitchen table. What is different about this that nobody else was able to do?
Well, I'll say that you have to have both. You have to have health and nutrition, but taste has to be there as well.
Got it.
And what I found is that there's been a lot of companies that have focused on the nutrition aspect of it, but they sacrifice taste. And that may be good for a niche consumer. But if you're going to appeal to the masses, if you're going to appeal to the whole family, the parent who is health focused and the kid that just wants something that tastes good, it has to taste good first and foremost, and then also be healthy.
But how did you figure this out? Like, you're not a food scientist. I don't believe you're a chef necessarily.
I'm not, no.
But somehow you came up with this unicorn product. We should also mention that you're already in Whole Foods.
Yes.
You are already maybe coming in Costco soon.
Yeah, this summer.
So this product is getting a lot of successful pull through. This isn't you sitting in your kitchen anymore. So you discovered something others hadn't discovered.
It was a lot of trial and error. Okay. I spent an entire year, my whole first year of business school, working on a recipe. And I went to Pinterest and food blogs for inspiration. I essentially wanted to give people a healthy bowl of oatmeal in a bar. And so I would go on Pinterest and food blogs looking for high protein oatmeal bars that somebody had made in their own kitchen, because I knew they would at least be delicious, right? And so then I could tinker with the ingredients to make sure that they were also healthy. So my entire first year of business school, I'd go to the bulk section at Whole Foods, I'd get all these ingredients, and then every single day for an entire year, all I would do is cook after I would get home from school. Very grueling process. I went through 254 different recipes.
254. Okay.
Iterations on each one of those recipes, so thousands of recipes and iterations. But I found that like there is no silver bullet for creating a delicious and healthy product. Like it just takes a lot of trial and error, time in the kitchen. I love to cook, so the first few months were really enjoyable. The last several months was like, I must get this done. But yeah, it was just spending hours upon hours in the kitchen and not really feeling comfortable launching something, especially in the crowded bar category, unless I knew it was going to be the best product on the market.
So now here you are, you're cooking in your kitchen, you found something really good, you're getting it tested, but you're living in Boston. You are finishing your first year of business school, very prestigious career ahead of you. Now you decide not only to start this company, but to move back to Cleveland.
Yes.
Now you mentioned you're from Cleveland. You could have moved anywhere to do this. You could have stayed longer. What was it about coming back to Cleveland that was part of your kind of hero's journey or entrepreneurial journey that has played to the success you're having?
So my wife and I, we went to high school together in Cleveland, and our families are here in Cleveland. And our youngest son, we now have 3 kids. Our oldest was born in Boston. And when it was time to decide, like, where did we want to set roots? Like, it was an obvious answer for us. Like, we really wanted to move back home. And I would say one thing with entrepreneurship is there are so many uncertainties and so many different aspects to manage that being at least at home where like we have a support network in an environment that we know, in a place that we're very proud of, a place that we want to raise our kids in, was something that we felt very comfortable, that like there may be uncertainty with Over Easy, there may be uncertainty with everything else in our life, but at least we're home. And so that was like the comforting feeling of moving back here to Cleveland. But yeah, it was a big decision. It was a big decision.
Well, it's certainly paying off. There's no doubt. I'm very, very optimistic in your success. So just want to say congratulations on all the success. It's so fun to be in your hometown where you've returned. I'd love to see the product on display. And I know that it's the journey that you're on, being a military veteran, West Point, service, figuring out something that you care about, and then bringing it home. This circle is a very beautiful thing, and I know it's going to be quite successful. So congratulations.
Thank you. Very, very exciting journey ahead.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Patrick.
Appreciate it. To learn more about One America Works, visit our website at oneamericaworks.org.